Welcome to a lesson of Microsoft Excel. Well, this lesson is about the beginner's tutorial on the beginning of Microsoft Excel. Well, how are you going to do that, or how are you going to open it, and the basic functions of Microsoft Excel? Well, all of them will be showed here in this lesson. So when you open up Microsoft Excel, you will get a spreadsheet like this. Well, this is a spreadsheet. Well, in the spreadsheet, you're gonna get a lot of cells, and that is where you're gonna put up all of the data or start adding in your data. Okay, and there are a lot of functions and there are a lot of tools how you can do your work in Microsoft Excel. Well, there are some tabs in Microsoft Excel, which is File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Developer, and Help. Well, among them, there is another one called Files. Well, this is where it's all gonna begin. When you open up Microsoft Excel, you might fall into or might open up this interface, or maybe directly here. Most of the time it goes here, but sometimes you're gonna be dropped off here on this interface when you first open up Microsoft Excel. So from here, how are we gonna start it? So if you need a new blank workbook, you're gonna select from here, or if you need to start from a theme or what type of data it already has, or let's say custom made pre-built themes, you can select it from here. But if you want more of those, just click on new and then go below, and you will see that there are a lot of themes and templates which you can search from or do your work without any taking extra times. And if you want to search templates online, you can also search from here. Let's say something green, enter, and you will see, okay, my bad, this doesn't have any of it, so I'm going to type in, let's say, education. Well, any of the categories which you search, and it's going to drop down whichever type of category of template you want, and you can start using from those. And you can also see from here there are also suggested searches, which is business, personal, planner, list, budgets, charts, and calendars. Well, you can select whichever one you want, whichever category you prefer, and Microsoft Excel is just going to show you whichever type of category of templates you want. You can also select any one from this. You will get a preview when you click on one of those, and you will get a small preview. And if you want to create a pre-built theme, just click on create. It's going to take a bit of a time, and then you will see that your pre-built theme has been applied, and you can just add in your data on here, and you don't need to even add these type of datas or the pre-built ones, well, which takes up a lot of time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is open up a blank workbook again. So there is a shortcut which you can do is press Ctrl+N, and it's going to open up a blank workbook, but not on the previous one, but the previous one is still going to be saved. So I'm going to cut it and then stay on this one. So I'm going to cut it. So this is how you can just open up Microsoft Excel and start working on it. Well, there are a lot of functions which I'm going to show you right now. So the home function has also some of these options called recent and pinned. So recent is where you're gonna work, or it's gonna show up all of the works which you did recently, and you will also see the sheets which you worked on recently. And pinned is gonna be where you will pin those documents. Let's say my book one is important, I'm gonna pin it, and this is now pinned. Okay, you can see at the top that these are pinned. Now you can go to pinned and you can see those ones, and if you want to unpin them, just click on this unpin button and they will be unpinned, and you can see that there are no pinned buttons here now. Now I'm going to show you is new. So as I've shown you, this is where all of the pre-built themes and even the blank workbook is present, and you can select or start working on whichever one you want. Now let's go to open. When you click on open, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these options. Well, what are these 5 of these options? And these are really important. So as I've told you, recent is going to contain all of the recent works which you have done or whichever worksheet it has. Okay, so as you can see here, and you can also pin them. And if you want to go on any folder and find out your data and open them, so obviously go to open and then select whichever folder it has, and you will just click on it and it will directly open up your workbook or your worksheet which you are working for. Okay, and the next thing what I'm going to show you is the OneDrive. So what is the OneDrive? So OneDrive is one of a cloud drive which is for Microsoft Excel, or even only Microsoft. Okay, so what does this do? So similarly to my Google Drive, this is also a drive for Microsoft. You can save up all of your datas and even work on the same data which you're working on from being anywhere in the world with just internet connection. Let's say you've worked here in USA and you're gonna like upload the file on your OneDrive, and then from another part of a country, or let's say even if you go to an Asian country, we can just like log into your OneDrive and start working on any PC you want without even carrying it in a pen drive or whatever drive or like external drive you have. Okay, so it is like really important. Another thing you have to keep in mind that you have to be logged into your Microsoft account to use this function. Okay, next what I'm going to show you is this PC. So what does this PC does? So you can open up files from your PC, but I'm going to show you some specific ones. So I prefer, if you're going to add a place to save a file, you can also do that. If you want to do is my OneDrive or even OneDrive for Business, that's all up to you. Just select whichever one you want. Well, even if you select OneDrive, that is also doable, and it's not a thing to worry about. It's not going to be a hassle, so you don't even have to use Business, but if you can just still keep on using OneDrive. Now what I'm going to show you is browse. When you click on browse, you will see a pop-up like this will open up, and from here you can select whichever file you want to save your document on, and then just press on open or even save. Okay, so this is how the open section works. Next what we have is info, then save as, print, share, export, publish, close, account, feedback, and options. Well, we'll go through them later on as we don't have any work with them now. So I'm going to show you some of the basic functions or some of the basic works which you can do in Microsoft Excel. So how you're going to start adding in data. So what you're going to do first is just select a cell, let's say names, and then start typing in names. Tony, Stark, Lewis, Stewart, and then Reina. Now you can see that all of them are not that fancy looking, so I'm going to do is make a table out of those. But next what I'm going to show you is, let's say, dress. And I'm going to type in for Tony, he has a tuxedo. Now I'm going to do is, let's say Stark is wearing casual, Lewis is wearing home, then Stewart is wearing shorts, and Reina is wearing an armor. Now what I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm gonna bold and italic these, and I'm gonna do is, let's say name. For these ones, what I'm gonna do is, let's make a table, or maybe like just add in borders. Now if you want scores, you can also add in scores. Okay, or you can use, let's say I'm going to control bold, then without using this, which I just press is control plus B, and I'm going to add in another border over here, and I'm going to add in another border over here, and use this scores. And now let's say home. Okay, so let's say location, control B, and how you're gonna location, my bad. Well, that is it. Now let's say 6, 7, 3, 9, 21, 2, my bad. So that is now the location is LA. And then what I'm gonna do is Cali, Canada, let's say Canada, Tokyo, and let's say Denmark. Okay, let's say just those. Okay, well, now you can see that this is looking a lot better, but if I make it like this, now it's gonna look a lot more better. And how you're gonna do those functions and do those basic things in Microsoft Excel. Now you can see that this looks a lot better, right? Now what I'm gonna do is find in a sum of these scores. Okay, so the sum of these scores are gonna be equal. Well, we don't have to add it like outside of the like software, which is Microsoft Excel. Instead we can do it from here, which is gonna be equal. Now let's say sum. Select all of these, close the parentheses, and enter, and that is going to be the sum. Okay, now if you want to minus those, you can also do that. You can also divide by equal. Let's say divide this slash by this, enter, and that's going to be 4. Okay, if you want like minus, let's say 24 minus this one, 20. So you can get a lot of like mathematical functions and even a lot of type of functions which you will get directly from Microsoft Excel, which is like also mathematical software. Okay, so there are a lot of like this type of spreadsheet programs, but among them Microsoft Excel is like one of the most used and one of the most famous ones which are used daily to daily basis. Now, the things what I'm going to show you is the basics. Okay, so here, let's say you want to merge these cells. You can also do that. Just click on here, alignment option, which is click on here, and you can see that 4 of these cells have turned into one cell. If you want to unmerge them, just click on it again, and they will unmerge back again. Another thing which I'm going to show you is that this number option, which is not available in Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint, but here it is available because you need the type of data or what type of format you want, okay, according to your works. So let's say this is general. Now if I want that to be currency, when I click on it, and you will see that they will turn into dollars, and I don't even have to do them like individually. Now if I want a date, so I'm going to click on dates, let's say short date, and you will get the dates. Okay, so that is how you can select which type of data or which type of format you want. Let's say numbers is going to be on numbers. Okay, and even if you want to add decimals, you can do that. Even if you don't want any decimals, that's also up to you, and you can also do that. And if you want to add it individually, you can also select those. And let's say 3%, I want 3%, so I'm going to click on it. And if I want 9%, or maybe like let's say comma style, I'm going to click on it, and then you will see the decimals. So you can add in individually and however you want. You can also add in formatting individually or however you want. You can just click on it, let's say this one, and then say conditional formatting. I'm going to select these. Now I'm going to do color scale them. Okay, this one I'm going to color scale them. Now you can see that those are now color scaled according to however they are. Well, you can do a lot more than these in Microsoft Excel, which is like a really important software, and you know that this is like used in a lot of sectors and very important in those sectors, which is like now a criteria to get a job. So this is how you can do a lot of things in Microsoft Excel. So hope you guys understood everything, and thank you for watching this video.